Loose Cannon says, because we was hollering about some things, right? And then he introduced me to a guy that I believe is Dale. I am not going to get on here and cap y'all down about nothing. When I troll, I troll. I'm not going to cap y'all down about nothing. So I believe that this guy, and then I was always wondering why you keep trying to get me to take things that I'm not asking for. You keep trying to increase things to absorbent amounts that I personally am not asking for. Y'all, are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? All right. So less than a week later, after I seen that Loose Cannon was bullshitting and this guy that he had said that was supposed to pull up on me never did. Why Eddie Boy called me out the blue, right? Eddie Boy calls me. He says, "Hey, Demon Time, you know where I work, right?" Sends me some pictures. "Yeah, man, I heard you know what I'm saying, you had a little issue. I can help you figure that out." I say, how do you even know what I need to figure out? That right there is how I should have known something was weird. But his excuse then was, "Oh man, I just put 1 and 1 together and 2 to 2 together." My stupid ass not even thinking correctly. After Loose Cannon just told me that Big U got him caught up in a RICO indictment about a robbery of a dispensary. Swear to God, this is what he tells me. Months before any of this even hits the fan. Y'all can probably go see some of my lives where I've talked about this in the past. So Eddie Boy hits me up and he's like, "Hey, I can figure that out for you." I'm like, how do you even know what because when I came to the internet because I didn't come to the internet with the Loose Cannon situation. So only people that knew about me and Loose Cannon's situation was me and Loose Cannon. And this was around the time when I said I was falling back from doing lives with him. I wasn't reporting. And Loose Cannon was mad because he hadn't figured out how to do his own lives yet. So he was almost dependent on me to do lives. So he was like, man, and then that's when he got on Eddie Boy, quote unquote, head to get the money back. But he only did that because I cut off his water of being able to create content. I'm going to tell y'all more of the story, but I want to listen to this. Let's keep going.
He spoke to 2 other FBI agents as well. That's 3 federal agents total, along with the correctional officers mentioned. And the conversation that's documented right here wasn't the first time he had spoken to them. It reads like an ongoing line of communication, not an introduction. It also said he was helping them with a completely different case than the one involving the staff assistant. Looks like Eddie Boy has been hiding behind Islam this whole time.
Inmate Wagner stated when Miss Hayward passed out supplies approximately 2 weeks prior to this interview, Miss Hayward and her clerk, Inmate Banks, came in Housing Unit 1 on Facility C. Inmate Wagner stated her clerk, Inmate Banks, she passed her clerk, Inmate Banks, a manila envelope which contained approximately 12 ounces of marijuana, and Inmate Banks took the envelope to Inmate Pitt's cell. Also, according to this document, Inmate Pitts was identified by an Inmate Jackson as being an inmate possibly involved in drug trafficking with Miss Hayward during an interview conducted with P.A.J. Miles.
Everybody listed in that paperwork, every inmate named, has their CDCR number right next to their name. So again, you check it. When you look up those CDCR numbers, most of those guys are out of custody now, so nothing current pops up when you search them. Except for Jackson. When you go to the CDCR website and type in his number, you'll see he's still in custody today. That lines up exactly with what's in the paperwork. You have to verify everything, cross-check it, make sure it matches real records. I would put it up on the screen, but you already know how that goes. Eddie Boy and them like to send strikes, so I'm not putting it up here. But if you go look it up yourself, you'll see it.
On March 9th, 1995, Inmate Wagner stated he knew an Inmate Lawson from him being a MAC representative on Facility C. However, he was unaware if Inmate Lawson was dealing with Ms. Hayward, nor was he aware of any type of relationship occurring between Ms. Hayward and Inmate Lawson or any other inmates. Inmate Wagner stated there was going to be another drug drop soon because Inmate Pitts had approached him and asked if he knew anyone that wanted to send some money for some drugs and to send it to C. Torian, and they give us an address.
Hey, oh, dang, I done lost my voice. I'm like, hey, you know what's so crazy, y'all? I'm pretty sure I've showed y'all this. Oh, and he text me. Shout out to Kev, man. I'm about to search for something real quick. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna play this. But so y'all gotta, Byron, I hope you're listening, brother. Scandalous Los Angeles, I hope you're listening, brother, because it's so much more y'all can add to this story. Y'all don't remember when Gigi said that she had a bunch of videos and that Loose Cannon's move was to finesse people out of money for green? Y'all don't remember that? You might want to go look that up, brother, because it's aligning with what y'all are saying. You hear what I'm saying? So what they were doing is he was showing people whatever they had hit licks for, right? They had to go hit this dispensary, and now they got some videos. Then they would go, even after they didn't have it no more, they were still sending out these old videos. I told y'all, I received a grainy video that was kind of crazy. Hey, Demon Time, look at this. Anyways, so what Gigi told you he was doing was that he was setting up plays, and then, you know, you send you some videos, whatever. Then when you get there, he would hit you for the money. All right, he would have you send you some money, and then you just wouldn't get the back end. All right, you would send him some money, and then you would come and you rob you for the back end. Y'all don't remember that? Y'all don't remember that they were saying that Loose Cannon had got caught with that money that had DEA on it and all of that, and that guy that came out and said that he got stopped on the highway or something. He was at a grocery store and all this stuff, and then the police swarmed the car. Y'all don't remember all that? Now these things are starting to make a lot more sense, aren't they? We got your girlfriend saying this. We got the paperwork saying this. We got you saying that you're doing it dumbly, stupidly, admitting it. You wanted to be famous so bad, you had to let us know the goofy shit you were actually doing. We thought he was trolling because it was like, I could not believe anybody would admit you would go to prison forever. He was that dumb. Let's keep going.
Additionally, a telephone number of inmate Pitts was provided and is as follows. A check of this number revealed that on February 23rd, 1995, it was called on 2 occasions from extension 6341, Ms. Hayward's office. Now, in this last paragraph, they say inmate Wagner stated he received information concerning his being interviewed by the FBI from his brother, who is also housed on the facility C yard. Inmate Wagner stated other inmates had approached him inquiring as to why he was being interviewed by the FBI. And his brother basically told him that they heard this information. His brother told him that they had also questioned him and that they had heard this information from another officer. So another female officer allegedly told the guys on the yard that Eddie Boy was talking to the feds. They approached his brother about it. His brother approached him.
Now, Dee Hayward, the office assistant who's being accused of bringing drugs into the inmates. She's the one who turned around and told people that Eddie Boy had been talking to the feds. Let that sink in. The person being accused is the same person who said Eddie Boy was speaking to federal agents. So here we go again. Somebody else connected to CS2 back. And now there's paperwork on him too. And this isn't the end of it. We're going to do an in-depth video on the next one, because I think I figured out what's really happening. I'm going to put everything together in one place.
And you better hit me up, because I'm going to give you context and tell you where to go dig, where to find things at. Because there's a lot of things you guys are skipping over. But let's keep going.
So what we're looking at now is a document that shows us that Eddie Boy, this guy that 600 and Whack 100 been toting around, that's been showing up to all the Big U's court dates, and that's been giving everybody all of this legal rundown on Big U's situation, even telling us he got 50 people, 75 people telling on him all this stuff. This dude has been working for the FBI for over 30 years. I'm assuming that after he caught that case and they realized he had 200,000 and was trying to buy 15 bricks, you know, the feds want to talk to you after a situation like that. They got questions. They want to talk. And I'm assuming that they went to go talk to him, you know, was trying to figure something out. But long story short, he been talking to the FBI for 30 years, man. You know, Cowboy said it. This would explain 600 coming. I'm talking about 6U. This would explain 600 coming after Big U, the way he is coming and using Eddie Boy, as we can see here with 600, Whack 100, Eddie Boy. Everybody who is coming after Big U, saying something about him, these people are.
All right, let's think about this. 600 comes around. Who does 600 bring around? Think about this, y'all. Whack 100's going at Big U. Whack 100 brings 600 around. 600's going at Big U. 600 brings, who do you think he brings around? Eddie Boy. Nobody knew fucking Eddie Boy before 600 brought him around. 600 said, I found a guy that says back in the day, Big U snitched on him. That's how they started this whole thing. You hear what I'm saying? And y'all ever think about how through this whole thing, why they're so fucking close, why you would feel so comfortable working out publicly every day and you're snitching and hating on one of the biggest gangs in LA County? You don't think that they could have rode up there? I'm just telling y'all some things to think about that some people already fucking know. I'm just saying. So let's keep going.
All have some bad paperwork, man. So I'm saying that to say, I get it. A lot of people don't like Big U, but y'all also have to consider the messenger when y'all, listening to this stuff. Because as we just broke down with the...
Because Eddie Boy's truth can be bought. And I'm gonna show, as soon as this video ends, I'm gonna go to my videos and I'm gonna show you him admitting that. I'm gonna show y'all him admitting that his truth can be bought. All that Muslim black brother, assalamu alaikum bullshit. I was wondering why Loose Cannon was talking so funky to him when he met him. Because Loose Cannon knew he was full of shit. Because Loose Cannon and his daddy and them and Big U was all in, they were already, it was so much going on that we didn't even know about, that y'all thought Loose Cannon was hella stupid, but he knew that he was connected so deep with his dad and the snitch thing and the affidavit and Eddie Boy. That's why Eddie Boy came around. And that's what I was gonna say earlier. Why do y'all think that 600 and Whack 100 held on to Eddie Boy so goddamn tight? You hear what I'm saying? Just think about that. Why? No matter what happened, and I even exposed fucking 600 and Whack 100 and all them, and I said, I exposed Whack 100 for talking crazy about 600 and Whack 100 and Loose Cannon trying to set 600 up for some goofy shit online. And I called him and he still stuck by him. And I always wonder why. But if you are connected in something that's so deep that you can't even get out of it, if you're connected on some federal informant type shit level, that's some shit you just can't say, oh, I don't want to be cool with them no more. You're in deep. You're in deep, brother. Are y'all hearing me? Let's keep going.
Whole Eddie Boy, Big U snitching on him thing, the stuff that Big U allegedly said was not even used during the trial. It wasn't even used during the case. Big U was found not guilty of conspiracy, which would be impossible if that evidence had substance to it. If he agreed and admitted he was working for Eddie Boy, how would he be found not guilty of conspiracy